Awesome. Appreciate you guys joining us today. We're just going to give it a minute or two here to let everyone come in.
The numbers are racking up. We have quite a few registrants, I know. A lot of registrants.
We broke the record this time. We broke Zoom. I heard they had to get a whole new license just for us. That's the rumor, at least.
We broke Zoom. Hey, let's try this. As you're joining us, those of you who have joined us, we're going to start the Roomvo University webinar in just a minute. Let us know where you're joining us from and what the weather's like. Just use the Q&A box, put in there where you're joining us from. Hot, cold, snowy, blizzard, volcano going off in your area. What's happening?
Tsunamis these days. I got a tsunami warning in Vancouver. It was crazy.
Just recently? Was
it
from what?
From the volcano, which is crazy, all the way out here in Canada.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. All right. Can you guys hear us? Oh, there we go. Okay. We got Sloan joining us from Ottawa, Canada, and it's cold. Stacy from Bend, Oregon, 38 degrees, partly cloudy, freezing, finally lifted. Good. Michael from Memphis, Tennessee, cold. Okay. Got anybody from like New Mexico or the Virgin Islands where it's warmer? Everyone's freezing. We're freezing here too. I'm in Colorado. West Slope. Sloan says it's minus 30. Holy smokes.
Florida, it's chilly here. Okay, rubbing it in. Oh, no.
It's chilly. Hang on, I'm going to pull up the chat here. If you can, you guys use the Q&A. We can see. I catch it quicker. Florida, it's chilly there. Like a chilly 72. Katie. Somebody from Trinidad. Trinidad and Tobago, hot sun. Wow. Awesome. All right. Well, we got people from all over the place. I'm always amazed at when we do these type of events. I've had people from the UK, from Africa, from Australia tuning in. So there's no name on this one, but whoever is from, welcome to Trinidad and Tobago. Glad you guys could join us. And why don't we get going, Brandon? And
let's kick it off.
Yeah.
So first off, obviously, thank you guys for coming to the first Roomvo University webinar of 2022, the first of many. If you guys are new to the show, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you are a returning guest, welcome back. I'm really excited about our new format for this year. Jim and I, my co-host, are going to be bringing on experts across the entire industry from all these different fields to speak to you guys, share a little bit of their world, and answer any questions you have. For those of you who don't know, Jim Armstrong, my co-host, is an internationally known trainer and coach for flooring dealers. He's the founder and president of Flooring Success Systems, which is a marketing services and coaching program for flooring dealers. Jim has spoken at flooring industry events like Surfaces and Coverings, and he's the marketing mastery columnist for Floor Covering News. Since just 2007, he's worked with thousands of dealers across the US and Canada. Jim, I'll turn it over to you briefly.
All right. I appreciate that, Brandon. You make me sound good. Oh my gosh. It's just a pleasure to be here. You know, we were talking about this before we started the webinar that, Brandon reached out to me, gosh, a year and a half ago with this idea, and we did a handful of webinars to begin with, got good response, and now we're kind of opening it up to the whole industry with guest experts from, trade organizations and the publications, and people are in marketing and sales and whatever it takes to help you guys be more successful. So I'm just honored to be here and excited to be part of this. because floor dealers, you are facing a lot of challenges right now. And what I love about what Roomvo is doing, they're one of a small handful of companies that are actually stepping up and beyond to help dealers holistically, with their entire business, not just, sell them something. And so I definitely, when Brandon asked me, I said, I definitely want to be part of this. So, and I'm excited for today's topic. Talked with JC at length when we were putting this together, and I've seen the digital tools that he is going to be bringing to you. They're things that are going to be able to make a difference in your business right away. So I'm looking forward to hearing from JC and learning a lot myself.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited to have you, and we always appreciate you joining. So please keep coming back. Today, we are covering a super exciting topic. I get asked about it probably daily from flooring dealers. It's a simple concept, but it's extremely powerful. And if you aren't familiar with it, it appears to be more challenging than it really is. And that's, how do you improve your online presence? I am super excited and a little bit biased to introduce our guest, JC Kleier. He's worked with small businesses to grow their digital presence online over the past 7 years. He spent the last 2 years as the marketing director for Florida, Nebraska, marketing and selling floors across the state. JC recently joined Roomvo as our community engagement manager to connect the dealer community worldwide. He's passionate about sharing insights that help dealers continue to grow their business by leveraging technology. He lives in Nebraska. He has 10 siblings and plans to go skydiving for the first time in 2022. JC, I'm going to turn it over to you, brother.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. Excited. I'm looking forward to going skydiving. I haven't made the official plans, but it's always fun to kind of push your fears and jump out of a plane. So you never know what's going to happen. Awesome. Well, thanks so much again. Appreciate it. And it's really an honor and a joy to be able to be in front of a great community of dealers. And so I just wanted to share my screen. In this webinar, I want it to be interactive. I want to be able to engage with any questions you may have. These are going to be 5 simple digital growth hacks, but sometimes I might skip over something, or there might be a question that comes up. So feel free to open up that Q&A box and type in any questions you have, and we'll address that as we move along through the webinar. So
Brandon, I'm sorry, JC, I'll keep an eye on that for you. And as they come up and bring them to your attention. And yeah, throughout, we always try and do this and make them interactive. So ask away.
For sure. I appreciate that. Throughout my 7 years of working at and with small businesses, one of the biggest things that I've witnessed in the small business world is that these simple hacks, agencies charge hundreds of dollars for. And so I wanted to jump in and share these easy to implement hacks into your business for free. So before we dive in, as Brandon mentioned, I've worked with small businesses for the past 7 years. And the last 2 was at Florida, Nebraska, where I got to be the marketing director. It was an honor, and like most small businesses, you wear multiple hats. And so I sold flooring and marketed the flooring, and that's where I learned that there's a lot more to flooring than just picking out a color and installing it. But I'll admit, as you see, I'm not wearing glasses today, but in the photo I am. And I'll proudly admit, for the first time, probably the last time, that I'm a nerd. And don't hold that to me though. That's why I joined Roomvo though, is because I wanted to get into the technology space.
And you're a nerd?
Roomvo, yeah.
That's why I agreed to work with Roomvo.
Yeah. What does that say about me? Jeez.
We're all nerds. Sorry. But I wanted to join Roomvo because I always had a great experience working with them, and so my time at Florida was awesome. But Roomvo helps me transition to my goal of making an impact on the industry. So without further ado, I'd love to get into the 5 simple digital growth hacks. A few housekeeping rules that we've already went over. You can leave any questions that you have in the Q&A box, and we'd be more than happy to answer it there. But don't be like me and save questions to the end and then totally forget what you're going to ask. So ask away. The 5 hacks that we are going to cover today are utilizing the internet's most popular website, being visible online, increasing credibility, controlling your narrative, and creating a seamless in-store experience. All of these digital growth hacks go hand in hand to allow you to crush your competition. I'm sure we all, because of COVID-19, understand that we should be focused on digital growth, but I want to share a stat with you that's pre-COVID. In 2019, Salesforce released a study that showed 87% of shoppers begin their buying journey online. I'll share it again. This was in 2019 before COVID. And if that doesn't say something, you should really look at this next tip and really understand it. 87% of shoppers begin their buying journey online. That's why we want to bring these digital growth hacks to you. As I mentioned a little bit ago, I want this to be interactive. This is my first webinar that I've hosted, and so it's super awesome. It's exciting. But the first question that I want to ask the whole community is, how many have heard the phrase, just to Google it? You can open up the Q&A box, and we'd love to see yeses in there. And if you haven't, then cool, no worries. Comment that as well. If you said this phrase 20 years ago, people would have had no idea what you're talking about and probably would have thought you were a little crazy to say, just Google it. I see there's a lot of yeses coming in.
Yahoo hates it when their employees say that.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't be a good Yahoo employee because of that. I say it, just Google it all the time. And Google's popularity has been widespread around the globe since they've first started. So it's
getting
crazy.
Universal yeses, JC.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of them coming in there. It's crazy to think that a company became a verb that we use throughout our lives on a daily basis. And with Google being in our everyday lives, I'm sure most of us could reason the fact that there are 3.5 billion searches on Google every single day. But what most people don't think about is how many of those searches are seeking local information. The answer is 46% of the 3.5 billion daily searches are searching for local information. And this is something that you can capitalize on. The most common search term for the flooring industry is flooring stores near me. So let's start utilizing the internet's most popular website. Now, most of you are probably thinking, that's cool, JC. My business is already listed on Google. And I got that all of the time when I was marketing for small businesses. But little did they know, they were missing information that would ensure they were effectively utilizing the listing. In this hack, I'm going to assume that you already have a business listing, so we could skip the basics and get into the advanced information. But real quick, for those of you who don't know what a business listing is on Google, the listing looks similar to this with some variation depending on what device you're on and other factors. Don't worry though, we're not going to leave you in the dark. We don't believe in keeping tips from you. And so we're sharing it all. We're leaving it all in the success kit. And this is a thank you for joining the webinar. We want to give this over to you for free, and it pairs it really well with what we're going to cover today. So you'll find in this packed success tip, the step-by-step of how to get your business listed on Google, along with many other resources. So utilizing Google, I want to share a story before I kind of dive into some simple integrations that you can actually integrate right now after this call. As I was preparing for this webinar, I wanted to show the most up-to-date screen grabs. So I did what every normal person would do, and I created a fake business. I don't know if that's what every normal person would do, but that's what I did to get these screen grabs today. So I called the business Jake's Flooring Outlet, and away we went. My first fake business was about to be visible to the world. I got the verification code in the mail, entered it into the website, and in about 24 hours, Google sent me this email. Your profile has been suspended. I don't know about you, but every time I read this email as I was creating it, I hear the tones of wah, wah, wah. So I had to phone a friend, and my awesome friends at Florit allowed me to grab screens from their profile so I could show how the profile looks from the shopper's perspective. Moral of this story, use the most accurate information and verify your business as soon as possible so that you can be public to the with your business listing. Now, without further ado, let's dive into getting advanced information onto your business listing. First, we need to log into the Google Business Profile Manager, which to me, I think is a terribly long-winded name. So for simplicity, throughout this webinar, I'm going to refer to the Google Business Profile Manager as the business portal. To manage your listing, you'll need to go to business.google.com and sign into your business portal. Upon signing in, you should see a page similar to this. The first segment to effectively utilizing Google is adding additional categories. This is one area that I time and time again would log into other businesses' listings and see they didn't take advantage of the additional categories. This is one factor of being able to rank, and Google doesn't walk you through it. So you'll log in and click the pencil icon near the floor, or to the right of, in this case, it says flooring store, but it's going to be your main category, and a modal will pop up. Once that modal pops up, there will be, in this case, I accidentally took a screen grab after I clicked on the text that would say additional categories. So you'll click on blue text that says additional categories, and this list, you'll be able to enter in up to 9 additional business categories and hit apply. Usually
so if they're selling window treatments or countertops or something other than the broad category of flooring, I'm guessing that's where you would use that, JC?
Yeah, so we would use it for all of those countertops or windows. And I did go ahead and curate a list of different categories that are relative to the flooring industry. So you can find that in the success kit as well. That will help kind of guide you through and being able to enter additional business categories. Another tip, you may have noticed that Google adds a label that says hours may differ, like you see in this example. Google does this for all holidays to caution shoppers. This may cause the shopper to call, not go in on those days, or even, like myself, just go to the next business who doesn't have that text there. Now you may say, okay, so how do we get Google to not show this? Some businesses it does, others it doesn't, and this is how. You simply navigate to the info tab in your business portal and click on the pencil icon. You'll notice that it's pretty consistent. A lot of the editing of information in the business portal is clicking on a pencil icon to adjust that information. So once you click on special hours, that pencil icon, it'll pop up a modal. And in this modal, you'll be able to add all of the holidays to this list. So even if you're open, you'll just want to make sure that it's listed in here as your normal hours. But if you're not open, you can simply swipe that blue slider to the side, and that will show on Google as you are closed.
So this is for two different purposes. What you're suggesting is if you're not actually open, you want to make sure that customers don't come to your store, find out that you're closed and have this poor customer experience. And on the other side, if you are open, you don't want their holiday notification to prevent customers from going to and potentially sending them elsewhere. This is like a dual purpose, and it looks like it takes 2 seconds to fix.
Yeah, it's super simple to fix. And, you know, there's a lot of great resources that this provides, and you can really take advantage of whether you're closed or whether you're open. One of the experiences I had with the business was I actually went to their listing and I was like, cool, they're open on this holiday. And I drove there, and to come to find out they weren't open. It's not a fun moment to have, especially when you know, you're driving across town and spending time in traffic just to show up and nobody be there.
I drove 2 hours one time based on bad calendar information, and they were closed. Turned out, by the way, speaking of skydiving, it was a drop zone. Got all the way there. They hadn't updated it for their winter hours. 4 hours on the roadway. So this is a big one.
No, not fun at all.
Give them JC's number, maybe. Sounds like
So yeah, this takes 60 seconds to update. So whether you're inputting special hours for birthdays, company outings, vacations, any dates that your hours differ from your regular business hours. So you'll see that in your Google listing, there's going to be your normal operating hours, and then this area is for your special hours. And by taking a minute to update your listing, you're ensuring that your shoppers don't have a bad experience like myself and Jim, and I'm sure a lot of other people have had this bad experience. As I mentioned before, there's a lot of holidays and that you can add to the special hours list, but Google recognizes 40 holidays, depending on which state that you live in the United States. To save you time, we included a cheat sheet of the holidays in the success kit. If you live outside of the US and would love a cheat sheet for your country, I'm going to share my contact information at the end. Just give me an email or shoot me a text, and I'll be able to put that together and get that over to you. Next, you'll want to add attributes. Most of the customers look at flooring stores as they all do the same service. I got that a lot working at Floret. You know, there's no difference. They say, you're selling flooring, but how do you stand out? Shoppers prefer to do business with businesses who represent the shopper's interests. That is why Google added this handy feature called attributes. You'll be able to find the attributes highlighted on the mobile devices primarily, but that doesn't make it less important. And in fact, 66% of all website visits came from mobile devices in 2020. That's crazy, and it only continues to climb. Another great feature that you'll want to utilize in the business portal is uploading your photos and videos. You'll see that Google recommends at minimum to do 4. You'll see the logo, the cover photo, the video, and a picture of your exterior. Those are the 4 essentials, but we would recommend to upload as many pictures as you can that represent your business. You'll want to refrain from stock images and any images, manufacturer images and items like that, because Google bots will pick up on it and notice that it's a repetitive image. And this could also by having the stock images, it could also make the shoppers feel a little misled when they enter your storefront. One of the things that I would highly suggest to be cautious of is what photos you post. Thinking back to my time at Florit, we uploaded this picture of a job where we were completing work for a large chain grocery store. We thought that this photo was a great photo, as this grocery store was a popular chain in the Midwest, and it could show we provide services to large commercial clients. And then Google's automated system decided to use it as cover photo. What's the issue? I had the privilege of being able to answer most of the phone calls, and that led me to discovering that the common assumption that shoppers had was we were located near Hy-Vee. Terrible assumption, because next door to Hy-Vee was a competitor. And we never, to this day, know how much business we lost because of a simple mistake that could be fixed in seconds. So please consider the assumptions that your shoppers may have about the photos you're posting, and always keep track of what cover photo Google picks. Unfortunately, it's some algorithm that nobody has any idea of why they pick what they pick, but Google's algorithm automatically picks what cover photo shows. And so there's no way to override that. And what we had to do in this case is just delete the image. And that saved us from customers calling and saying, wait, you're not over by Hy-Vee, and or shopping around and losing business. After that, you'll want to add products to your listing. By navigating over to the products tab in the left-hand side, that's where you can make all adjustments that I'll be referring to today, is over in the left-hand navigation. When you navigate to the products tab, you'll be able to add any products that you want. We're not recommending to add all of the products into Google, because that would just be a massive headache. But what I would recommend is to list the categories you sell as products, so that shoppers can get an overview of what you have to offer before diving deeper into your business and going to your store. And
So,
for an yeah.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you're going to answer the question I was about to ask, so I'll let you go first.
No worries. So this is an example of how that would look on the front end. So once you add those products, the products are visible directly under the listing of your phone number. And it's very important for people to be able to scroll through and see what you have to offer.
And I'm guessing we want to do broad categories, not your catalog, but things like if you specialize in hardwood and hard surfaces, you list those. If you do also carpeting or soft surfaces, add that. So you've just got a handful of broad categories rather than trying to list everything under the sun.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend, when you list the categories, to kind of mimic what you listed in the back end, in the business portal. So if you said, I sell countertops, I'm a countertop store, then you add that as a category under products. And so those 10, at minimum, those 10 business categories that you added to your profile, you also add into the products as well. And if you do anything more, you can definitely add that as well. There's not a limit to the products, but it would be way too stressful to maintain a whole catalog of items. So I definitely would not recommend to do that. That's what technology is really great for, but manually entering that is not an easy task. So if you do it, hats off to you. But the other item that we definitely want to make sure that we cover in the business profile is posting often. So Google allows businesses to post to their profile. As you can see here, they're promoting you to create an offer. But you don't have to do that. You can click try it now and select a different post, a general post instead of an offering post, and post that. I will say, posting a regular, I'm using post a lot. Posting a regular post is better than not posting at all, or even posting every now and again. So this is how the screen will appear to you on your first post. You can click on that blue button that says try it now. And then on the front end to the customers, you'll see that the post is published and it's public to them underneath the business listing. And once you verify your business, that's in the step-by-step guide of how to verify. But a month after, Google will provide information, insights, and data to how your business is performing. This allows you to see where your traffic is coming from, how many calls you received, how many shoppers viewed your website, how many people requested for directions to your business. These are very powerful insights that allow you to see where am I going wrong and where am I going right. A side note, I will mention that this is kind of a Google grabs for pictures from Google all meshed together here. So it's not exactly how it looks. And I do know that Google also is working on improving this page. And so you may have a little bit different of a screen when you go in and update or create your Google listing. But the same data that you see here is going to be provided in their iteration version or their next version, along with actually some other powerful insights from what I've been able to see. So that completes hack 1. This is the biggest hack and probably the most in-depth. I want to answer any questions. So if you do have any questions, would love to answer. But in this hack number 1, we covered business categories, adding additional business categories, adding your special hours, attributes, photos, products, posts, and along with previewing the powerful tool of insights. That's hack number 1. If there's any questions, you can leave that in the Q&A box and we'd love to answer that. Moving on to hack number 2 is being visible online. Now I see a lot of businesses would list their business and then not look and see how far down the list am I on Google. Just because you're listed on Google doesn't mean you're actually visible to shoppers. And when I say that, it doesn't mean that you're not there. Think about it from your perspective. When you go and search restaurants near you, how many listings do you go down before you go, oh, maybe I should have modified the search and change that to something that might be more relative and find me what I'm looking for. For me personally, I know I'm probably about 4 listings in before I go, yep, let me figure out a different key phrase to be able to use and be able to, so I can find what I'm looking for.
I think like what's super relevant here that I hear all the time is people tell me, my business is on Google. No one searches Brandon's flooring. They search flooring stores near me. You can't search your own name and use that as the evidence that you are listed on Google, right? You have to, I see you have the slide there, right? You have to search flooring stores near me and then see how hard it is to find your business and be honest with yourself about, like JC said, how often do you, when you're searching for whatever it is, go past page 1? If you find your own business on page 2, how many customers took that leap to even, it sounds lazy, but the truth of it all is that you probably don't do it. And so it's weird for us to expect that other people will do it for us.
Exactly. And that's what this hack is designated for, is to be able to be visible, to be the top listings so that you can um, be visible and be listed at the top to generate an influx of business. Google doesn't release their algorithm, so we can't officially say how it makes its calculations, but I've curated top industry experts that share their insights to help others better understand how to promote their business and be visible. Two of the many factors that they discuss are quality of inbound links to your domain and fighting spam listings. Those are two powerful resources that you can actually utilize in your Google listing today and on your website. So what is a quality or authority of inbound links to your domain? Google ranks businesses based on how many quality websites link or refer to your business. So for example, if Engineered Floors posts in their blog about you, Google's going to pick up on that and accredit that to your business, which then gives you more credibility, and they're going to push you up the ladder because it's coming from an authoritative domain, a domain that gets a lot of views, a lot of news organizations are talking about them, and they're talking a lot about their dealers. So a lot of dealers I see link to Engineered Floors website when directing customers to search through a product catalog. This creates a one-way relationship, but most manufacturers want that two-way relationship, which is why they created pages like Find a Dealer, or in this case, on Engineered Floors website, it's Dealer Locator. Now, as a sales rep, I will be the first to admit, I hated this page when I had to send customers to go look at products on the dealer's website or the manufacturer's website, because I was always at risk of losing business to other dealers that are on the Dealer Locator. So manufacturers, on the flip side, we want to leverage what that manufacturer is providing, and that is by creating an authoritative link from the manufacturer's site to your site, so you can continue to rank up in the Google business listing. So let's dive into, hold on one second. I see that there's a Q&A here on any recommendations on how to use meta page descriptions to help optimize the site to be more visible. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of great resources to be able to find out how to figure out trends and what people are searching about. But a meta page description, for those of you who don't know, goes into your website, and that allows Google bots to crawl it and be able to figure out what information you're providing to the shopper. So this meta page description is an easy way to allow Google to figure out what you're about. The meta page descriptions, you can also use this, and it's important, and it'll help you out. The same business categories that you listed on your Google profile, take those and put that into the meta page description, but be careful that it doesn't duplicate that on every page, because Google will flag it if every page is the same meta description. So you're going to want to make it different, but on your main homepage, you'll want to add those business category listings to the meta page descriptions. So dive back into how we can leverage the dealer locator to be able to create backlinks to our website. So on the dealer locator, if you search for your city and name to narrow down the listings, the most common mistake I see in the business, and you'll see it on all of these, and I edited the code a little bit to add in Jake's Flooring Outlet, which is definitely not at 360 Bruce Drive, but wanted to kind of spice it up a little bit and add in LLC. For me, LLC was what I noticed the most, but also Inc. That businesses would be listed with those 3 letters, and Google bots don't like this, as they are trying to match character by character to verify your business listings. So they take Jake's Flooring Outlet that's listed on Engineers Floor's website and Jake's Flooring Outlet that's on Google, and if the information matches up, the bots go, yep, it's the same business. And the more listings you have, the more credible you become.
And so you're saying consistency in the way you spell your name. If it's street, ST period, and one, have it that way across all the platforms, all the characters as close as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And there are going to be a little bit of variations from platform to platform, but as consistent as possible is definitely going to be the most valuable for the bots to pick up on all of your listings. So you don't want to spend time of going to Facebook and YouTube and all the other platforms that are available to list your business, just to realize that Google's not grabbing all of those information and categorizing it as one business. They're saying, oh, this might not be the same business, so I'm not going to use it as leverage to push you up the ladder. So as close to character by character is definitely going to provide the most benefits for your business and being able to be visible on Google. So the name, address, and phone number are going to be the biggest factors to verify. But we also want to verify your website URL and hours and any other information that the manufacturer lists, because more information is beneficial to the shopper and also to Google bots to just confirm that it is the 2 businesses, or the one business that's listed in 2 different places is the same business. So we wanted to provide in our success kit an email template that's going to allow you to copy and paste it into your own email, so you can send this to the manufacturer and get that business listed updated so you can go character by character and be very consistent across all your platforms. It also wouldn't hurt to loop your sales rep into the email, just so they have that for their reference. Next is helping Google fight spam. So Google, if you scratch Google's back, Google's going to scratch your back. It's how it works. They want to have businesses, and they want all of their users to submit reports whenever any spam listings are on their platform. And so if you see a business listing where the name doesn't match the actual name of the business, you should report it to Google. And here are a couple examples I just threw together to kind of give you a reference of, like, that's definitely flooring store in Grand Island. Flooring is not a business name. And so when you see those, you should report it. And the reason why you may see that in when searching flooring stores near me is because Google, one of the highest ranking factors is your name. So Google prioritizes if your name says Grand Island in it, and I'm searching from Grand Island, it's going to link the name and your location together and prioritize that listing. And so that's why businesses try to cheat the system and input different search terms to be into their business name, but Google will suspend your account when you do that. So when you report it, it suspends those accounts. And for this example, you'll see there's two businesses above Florida, Nebraska. And if I was to report those two, Google suspends it, takes it offline, and now Florida becomes #1, or your business becomes #1. And so those are easy ways to be able to get spam off from Google, but also rank higher because you're reporting them. And so in the Success Kit, we've included the link to be able to report those spam listings. The business readdressal complaint form is the proper way to make those reports. And so it's a form that you'll go through and fill out so that Google can verify everything and look through it and see, does this business meet the terms of suspension? So
to be super clear here that we are not suggesting to report competition if it is real. This is, that will hurt you only. Like, I want to be super clear here that that's not what we're promoting. Also,
yeah.
JC, you packed this with a ton of info, which is awesome. Just a friendly heads up, we got a 10-minute warning here.
Yeah, so
yeah.
This is a lot of information. I'm going to kind of fly through that. We got the recap. Really, the next 3 hacks are going to go by pretty quick in being able to get you out of here on time. Appreciate you taking the time again to sit down and watch this webinar and really learn hacks that are going to take your business to the next level. So increasing your credibility with shoppers. Now, if you think about it, when you went to a town that you're not familiar with, what do you do when you can't find or when you're looking for a restaurant? Every time I travel to another city, the first thing I do when I'm trying to find something to eat is go to Google and search restaurants near me. Now, as I'm browsing, the biggest factor is what's their star rating. And so we wanted to include a template, an email template that allows you to email your customers or text your customers a direct link to Google reviews so that you can get more reviews. Because if you're doing it for restaurants or for other businesses, your shoppers are doing the same thing to you. And so we packed this Success Kit with as much information as possible so that you can utilize it. You can copy and paste the email template from the Success Kit right into your email, and it's very simple. Now, the question is, how do I get a direct link to Google reviews? You want to skip the hassle for your customers of having to type in your business name and then figure out, how do I add a review to this listing? So the easiest way to go about it is to go into your business listing profile. So your business portal, you log into that business portal, and on the home tab, you'll scroll down a little bit, and behind this kind of modal, there's a get more reviews tab. You'll click on share the review form, which will pop up this automated link that you can now copy and paste into that email template so that you can get more reviews. You can also hit share via email, but it's a little bit more personal to email directly from your personal email or to text from your personal text line. So yes, we've included this email template in the Success Kit, and we hope that you guys can utilize this and really start to increase your amount of views, the amount of views that, or the amount of reviews, sorry, that your listing has. So take advantage of the hack of getting more reviews for your Google. Now on to hack number 4, increasing your or controlling your narrative. Sorry. Controlling your narrative is very important. On Google, you can't control your reviews, but you can control who gets a direct link to your reviews. So if you want to prioritize making sure that, hey, this customer's happy before you email them that link, now that they've added that review to your listing, you're going to go in and utilize it and capture and control that narrative. So they posted on your Google business listing a review. Take a picture of it or create your own image of that review and upload it to pages like Yelp. If Yelp is popular in your area, utilize your phone, utilize that review and to be able to leverage it for your business. Capturing the moment is not just about capturing the reviews, it's capturing content that your business can leverage and share on techniques or any information that might not be obvious to the shopper. Now, I'll be the first to admit, I am a perfectionist. And so I want to get glammed up and want to make sure that everything looks perfect and the sizing's right and all of that. I've come to realize it doesn't matter. Shoppers, they don't care about looking at a perfect picture or the perfect video. They care about the information you share within that picture or video. Make sure it's powerful. So we wanted to share some ideas that you can take home, you can utilize today, like sharing holiday posts, any daily tasks that you have. So for example, hey, I just arrived to the customer's house to do a measure or to install. Let's just snap a picture and say, installing flooring again. Like simple little things like that. Taking a picture of the open sign. There's so many different opportunities that are just simple little ways to be able to share content so that the shopper knows, hey, look, they're active and I want to do business with them because they're answering information that I have that I have questions on. So customer FAQs are great ways, common misconceptions, repurposing content. So like I said, the Google review, the Throwback Thursday. So basically taking a post from a year ago, 2 years, 5 years ago, and resharing it. There's multiple ways that you can capture all the moments and really utilize it to your advantage. Like I said, content is greater than no content, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Creating a seamless experience is hack number 5. Would you prefer us to cut it off and maybe we can save it for the next webinar, or would you prefer to knock it out?
No, you know what? I actually think it's a really good segue to what I was going to sort of wrap up with, and I don't think we have to can it here. What we should do is just talk about some of the exciting things that we've been working on and how to create this seamless experience between online and offline. And one of the things, as a bit of a sneak peek of what's to come, JC, I'm going to share my screen if that's okay with you.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Go. Photo. Yes, JC.
Yes, we're seeing that.
Yeah, awesome. So one of those things is your website. We've spoken about it before. It's a digital extension of your showroom. So how can you make your showroom and your website mesh? All of these things made it really easy. All the tips that JC shared, they made it really easy for customers to find you. But now when they come into your store, we got to elevate the game, and you can use digital hacks even in the showroom. Little sneak peek of what's to come in 2022. Roomvo's now enabled QR codes to work on samples. You guys can actually scan this right now. I'll zoom in so it's even easier. But these stickers are live in Oak Rent, a retailer from San Antonio, Texas. They are live in Oak Rent's showroom. When you scan this QR code, the visualizer will open up to this product and allow you to take a photo of your room, see this product in your space. Thanks to technology today, using digital tools aren't reserved to just online. And every single Roomvo user, every single one of you who are now on here today, you are all eligible for this. There's no cost beyond just getting the stickers, and we will even design them for you. We'll send them, we'll send you print-ready files, or you can go and get them, or we can print and send them to you if you like. But this is just one of the things that we're doing this year to sort of bridge that gap between online and in-store. We got a ton more on the horizon. If you guys are going to be at Surfaces next week, I highly encourage you guys to come by the booth. We will be there, and we're going to be showcasing some of the amazing things that we've been working on. And if you won't be there, stay tuned for our emails. This year, just like last year, we've committed to giving you guys a ton of updates to the visualizer, to new tools, and to these webinars. In fact, I'm super excited to announce that you guys can save the date, March 17th. We will be back. Our host will be Carol Cross, CEO of Mobile Marketing, the leading website and digital marketing agency in the entire flooring industry. And she's going to come on here, share some really cool tips and share some stories about what they're seeing on their end as far as trends are concerned. And you will be able to pick her brain. She loves answering questions, and she is an absolute rock star. So we will see you March 17th. We thank you guys for joining us again today. We absolutely could not do it without you. And a big thank you, obviously, to Jim and JC for both of you guys for being here.
Oh, it's great. I learned a bunch. And, you know, two quick we're a couple minutes ahead of schedule here. So Stacy sent a comment in that asking for reviews works, and that the before and after pictures, that we do that as well for our clients. We do Facebook, we manage their Facebook for them. Project photos are, and especially if you can get human beings in there. So, you know, their clients standing on their new floors, etc. So those are good, very good tips, JC.
Yeah, thank you. I'm appreciative of this. In the success kit, it's going to have a whole list. So I did skip over some things, just it packed with so much content that I couldn't cover. And so definitely looking forward to get that success kit out to you guys and be able to leverage that so you can crush your competition.
Awesome.
How do they get the request? How do they request the QR stickers?
Yeah, I just saw that. Good question. I got so excited that I forgot the most obvious, like, how do you get them? That's very fair. Getting them is super easy. Email your Roomvo rep, guys. Whoever invited you to today's webinar, shoot them an email, letting them know you're interested. Stacy, I've got you covered. And essentially what we'll do is we'll share with you which products are in your visualizer today. You just have to go through it using a checkbox, check off which ones you want QR code stickers for, and then we'll send you print-ready files. If you guys don't want to go and get them printed yourselves, we even have a service now for that. We'll shoot you a quote over, but you're only paying for the cost of print and shipping. The rest keeps customers on your website. It's super easy to do.
All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, I think it's top of the hour. We got done on time. I was wondering there. JC had 5 hacks, and we got to them all. So awesome.
Yeah, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned. we'll send out our Roomvo will send out the announcements for the next webinar in March. And we will, as the year progresses, keep you updated on the new guests we've got coming on to help you be more successful in your flooring business. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you, folks. Be well.